I'm going to be making a 5-course Mexican meal tonight. We're making a mild tomato salsa, and in this tomato salsa, it's supposed to make 160 servings, but we cut it down to 16, so we 10th everything. So you need 4 medium tomatoes, which are peeled and quartered, 1 green pepper chopped, 1 onion chopped, 1 can of tomato paste, 1 cup of vinegar, half a cup of sugar, 1 medium sweet pepper, 1 rib of celery, 3 cloves of garlic cloves, minced. So today we're preparing some mild tomato salsa, and first we're gonna cut up some red peppers and green peppers. So here we go. So you want to cut out the middle first, so it pulls right out. I'll just set it in there for now. Okay, and the recipe calls for 1, but we're kind of like 10thing it, so we're just gonna use a 4th. That's why we're only using this much. And we'll chop it into smaller pieces, but just for now, it's good enough. So any extras you can just put in a bowl to keep, because we will be needing it later. So there you go. In the recipe, so we're just gonna cut them up real finely again. And we're just using half a green pepper because the recipe called for 4, but since we're making it smaller, we're just gonna use half. So there you go. We're cutting up some onions as well, and we are doing about 1/3 of a cup to put in for however much this is, 1/3 of an onion. Okay, so we're gonna take 1 garlic clove and put it in the garlic press, and then this should do all the mincing for you. I'm just gonna press it through, and then all that comes out, scrape it out into the bowl, which creates only that much garlic. Okay, a rib of celery. Get nice fine pieces so that it's small in the salsa. So we can peel the tomatoes and take their skins off so that we can use them in the salsa. We're taking the tomatoes and we're gonna put them in the boiling hot water for 10 seconds, sorry, and then quickly take them out with a slotted spoon and then peel the skins off. Two. After you've put them in your water for about 10 seconds, the skin should be coming off really easily now, and it should just peel like right off like that. So you want to do this for all 4 of your tomatoes, and when you put them in the water, you want to make sure to flip them over on the other side. So now we're going to take our peeled tomatoes and place them in the stock pot and let them cook for 20 minutes on medium heat. Slightly diced up the tomatoes so that more of the juice would come out, and we're going to drain the juice from the tomatoes in this strainer. So there are all our good tomatoes. Okay, so after you've drained most of the juice from the tomatoes, you're going to transfer them back into the stock pot. And you are going to add in all of your pre-measured items. So you're gonna add in the sugar. Celery. Onions. Green peppers. And red peppers. And your tiny amounts of garlic. Your garlic in there. And then you also have to add in the tomato paste. Scoop it out. Okay, so now we're gonna add in the remaining tomato juice and turn down our stove because we're simmering it, and then you just want to stir it, and this is gonna simmer for about an hour. 1 hour of simmering, here's our finished product. Yay! Now we're gonna ladle it into a container and it's ready. Making a Mexican chopped salad with honey lime dressing, and the ingredients you're going to need are 5 cups of lettuce, 1 can of rinsed black beans, 3/4 cup chopped seeded tomato, 3/4 cup chopped peeled jicama, 3/4 cup fresh corn kernels, which can come from a can, 3/4 cup thinly sliced radishes, half an avocado diced, 1 red bell pepper chopped, and 1/4 cup crumbled reduced fat feta cheese, which we just used regular feta cheese. And for the dressing, you're going to use 1/4 cup fresh lime juice and 1/4 cup olive oil, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of fresh finely chopped cilantro, and 1 garlic clove peeled and minced. Okay, so you're going to finely cut the cilantro of the salad. So in order to make the dressing for our salad, we're going to use olive oil, lime juice, cilantro, but we're just going to use a little bit of it because, you know, a little bit goes a long way. And then we have 2 tablespoons of honey. Okay, so lastly, you're going to add in your garlic. Just a little bit of it. So then you added in your garlic, and now you just stir it all together. And here's your honey lime dressing. So in order to cut the jicama, first you have to take the skin off of it. And then just peel it off. And then the part that you're able to eat is this white part, so you want to make sure to do that before. So you're going to take the jicama and just cut it into smaller bite-sized pieces because you're going to be putting it in the salad. Okay, we're going to now dice the tomato for the salad, and just going to cut pieces of it off. We're also going to have to remove the seeds later, but I'll do that in a minute. So we got our nice fresh tomato. We'll use the rest of that, and you just want to take it off and dice it into small pieces, just like that. So we're just thinly slicing the radishes for the salad so that they provide a little bit of flavor but not too much. So for the salad, we're cutting up the red peppers, and for the red peppers, you don't want to leave these in slices. We're going to dice them, and just an example of that. So just put them in a row and cut them up real small. Okay, so we're going to be making our salad. So first you're going to take 5 cups of lettuce, or if you don't really like lettuce as much, there's a lot of other things going in it. Okay, and then place in your jicama. Some corn. Red pepper. Avocado, which you'll need to stir up a little bit. Radishes. Tomato. And, oh, also a can of black beans. And lastly, some feta cheese. And then you're just going to want to stir this up, toss it, and your salad will be ready to go. So let me just stir it all up. You can add more or less of any ingredients depending on your taste. Here is your Mexican salad. Today, as our main dish, we're making chicken fajitas, and for that you need 4 tablespoons of olive oil, which is divided, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 1 1/2 teaspoons of dried oregano, 1 1/2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, which will all go into the marinade. Then you also need 1 1/2 pounds boneless, skinless chicken breast cut into thin strips, 1/2 medium sweet red pepper julienne, 1/2 a medium green pepper julienne, 4 green onions, 1/2 cup of chopped onion, and flour tortillas for your end result. So for the fajitas, you need to cut up 1/2 of an onion, 1/2 of a red pepper, and 1/2 of a green pepper. And okay, so you're gonna take your cut up peppers and place it in the 2 tablespoons of olive oil along with your onion. And you're gonna use these to saute it. So just stir around a little bit. This is the marinated chicken, and I chopped it up kind of finely first, and then put together the marinade, which was just a bunch of different spices like chili powder and cumin. And then soaked it for about 2.5 hours in the refrigerator. So now we're gonna place them in the pan and cook them. And there they are. Okay, so now we're gonna flip the chicken on the other side, maybe, to get both sides cooking. Hope it cooks through faster. Cooked through on both sides, you want to add in your peppers into the mixture along with your onions. Scrape all of it out, and or most of it. I mean, you don't have to get it all in there, but now that that's in there, you stir it around, and you stir it all together, and these will be ready to put in the tortillas. So we'll get we're going to be making Mexican rice, which is also known as red rice. And for that you need 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 1/2 cups of long grain rice, 1/2 cup of chopped onion, 1/2 cup of chopped green peppers, 1 clove of garlic minced, 2 cups of water, 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. So right now we're bringing the butter and water to a boil, and so then we can put the rice in and let it cook for 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're adding the rice to our boiling water. And then we're going to reduce heat to a simmer and cover it. So in order to make your Mexican rice, you want to put your pan on medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of butter, and then you're going to add in the rice that was previously made, which was stuck in the refrigerator for a little bit. So get that mixed in there. And then you're also going to be adding in your green peppers, some onions, and last but not least, your tiny amount of garlic. And now we're going to stir this until it is tender and ready to go. So now that your vegetables are tender, you're going to add in the tomatoes. So 1 can cup of tomatoes, which makes it the red rice, and then 1 teaspoon of salt, and also a teaspoon of this. Now stir it all together, and we're going to reduce it to a simmer. it all mixes together. Okay, last step is to add in your cup of cheese. Stir it in and let it melt a little bit, and your rice is ready to go. Today are Dulce de Leche sandwich cookies, and for that you're going to need 1 stick of butter as well as 2 tablespoons of salted butter, 2 cups of sifted flour, a half cup of sugar, 1 can of 13.4 ounces of Dulce de Leche, and confectioner's sugar. Okay, so after you preheated your oven, you want to add the softened butter that's been at room temperature and your sifted flour. And your sugar. And then we're going to mix all of these together and form the cookies. We're mixing it using our hands to form the dough. Now it's a good smooth consistency. It doesn't stick to your hands. And we're going to form it into a ball and then make it into a disc. So, ball, and then a disc. Flatten it to a thick disc. And then take a knife into 4 equal pieces. Or, you know, approximately. 4 equal parts. Now you're going to just roll each piece into a ball. And then take your ball and just roll it into a skinny, it's going to work for me, skinny log. So just kind of work the dough out. Okay, so you're going to cut it into 13 equal pieces, just each roll, and then next we're going to put them on the baking sheet. So now you take all your cut up little pieces and you're going to roll them into balls and then place them on the parchment paper. You want to take your small little cookie balls and put them on the parchment paper, which on a cookie sheet. And then next you're going to press your thumb into the cookie so that it forms like a smaller disc, and that'll help it cook through so you can place the Dulce de Leche in the middle. You take your cookies and place them in your preheated oven. We're just gonna put both sheets in at the same time. This is really good. And then place it and set your timer for 15 minutes. Okay, so our cookies have reached a golden brown, and now we're gonna remove them from the oven, take them over to the cooling rack. Okay, so now you're gonna take your cookies after taking them out of the oven and transfer them onto the cooling rack so they don't keep cooking. And these are gonna sit for about 30 minutes until they're cool and ready to be iced. After you let your cookies sit for 30 minutes, you take them out and you're gonna ice them with the Dulce de Leche. And then once you've iced a cookie, you just sandwich another cookie on top and then roll it in confectioner's sugar to finish it off. And you have a completed Dulce de Leche cookie. Here are the reviews from some of our satisfied. What did you think of your meal today?
I think that from start to finish it was exceptional. We started with a wonderful salad. It had the perfect combination of vegetables, leafy greens that were perfectly seasoned. I'm not a fan of like overwhelming dressings, but the dressing that was used was a perfect complement. It had a hint of sweetness to it and just perfect. And then the main course was wonderful. The rice dish, everything was presented. It looked wonderful and it tasted better.
What did you think about your meal today?
I am so impressed with Allie. She obviously is excelling in chef. The whole meal was delicious and 5-star.
What did you think of your meal today?
It was wonderful, very nicely prepared. The chicken was very tender. The salad was wonderful. The salsa, excellent. And the cookies, the perfect ending.
What did you think of your meal today?
I thought it was wonderful. I liked the chicken, that was my favorite because it was flavorful but not too spicy. But with the salad, I would have put the dressing on separately because I thought it was a little too much for my taste.